What up, what up, what up? Once again, we back in this bitch. And we're going to be answering the questions that were submitted through my email, lordasar@gmail.com. And we're going to get it in. You know what I mean? So I got about 4 or 5 questions I'm going to answer from the emails. And we just going to build off there. So before I answer any questions, what up, what up? What up? Melinda, get right. What up? What's good with everybody? You know what I mean? Poppy collars once again. You know what I mean? Shake off the bullshit. What up, what up? Was it Nisi? What up, what up? You working, you just want to support with Gwen? Shout out to you, Gwen. I know you want a job, handle your business. You know what I mean? Just watch this shit, you know, when it's already recorded. Grand Rising, what up, what up? What up, what up? Looking good? Appreciate it. You looking good too. I like your image. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who got their image out, who not scared to show their face. But shout out to the ones who want to move in secret and who don't want to show their face. You know what I mean? I can see both sides of that. So, you know what I mean? Shout out, what up, Don? What up, Don? What Don? What up, Pimpin'? You know what I mean? What up, Steve? What up, Shawade? Love you too, man. I see you out there in, what is it, Sparks, Nevada? Fucking with Tesla. Shout out to you, man. You know what I mean? It's all love over here. Shout out, what up? Shout out to LA, you know what I mean? I was supposed to go to LA and shit. You see I'm rocking the hat. Supposed to go to LA. My mother is actually calling me, so I'm gonna come back. So, catch me in LA. I was supposed to go to LA, then LA caught on fire. I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, literally, like, December 5th, I was supposed to come out there between the 5th and the 7th, then all of a sudden it catches on fire, so I had to, I'm not going in those situations. So what I'm gonna do, so my mother just gave me a call. I'm gonna make sure everything is good. So give me about 5 minutes. I'll be right back. I'm going to answer this call, make sure everything is good. So I'm going to hit y'all back in a few minutes. So just sit tight. I don't know if I can keep the live stream going, but I don't know. Okay. She just sent me a text. She just wanted to know about my nephew. I got him off to school. Everything is good. All right, so we ain't got to answer that call. So we're just going to get into this shit. Yeah, what's bad is cleared up now. All right, cool. Definitely shout out to LA. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck happened, but I just found it strange that, you know, when I was coming out there, then it kind of got blocked with all that fire. So again, shout out to everybody who, you know, in LA. I know a whole lot of people lost their homes. A lot of damage was done. I definitely got people in LA. You know what I mean? So shout out to LA. Peace to LA. You know what I mean? Hopefully everybody's good. So again, I got a couple questions that I want to answer that people submitted to the lordasar@gmail.com email. So I got a couple questions here. I'm going to try not to go too deep, you know, because, you know, when I answer the people's questions, then, you know, I got to bring it raw because that's, you know, they bringing that energy with me. So before I do that, I'm going to pull a card from the tarot deck. And we're going to see how the energy is. So before we start answering questions, I'm going to pull a couple cards. I guess I'll pull one card from each of the 3 decks. I got the decks already here. So I'm going to pull one card. We're going to see what's in the ethers. And we're going to use that as a template to answer the questions. So give me 1 second. Let me shuffle up these cards. And we're going to see what, you know, what the tarot is speaking. You know what I mean? So give me 1 second. I already got this shuffled up a little bit. So again, hopefully everybody's good all over the planet. You know what I mean? US, UK, Europe, China, Japan, Africa, Australia, Antarctica, all the 7 continents and beyond, you know, for the flat earthers, the infinite plane of existence, or the round globe, whatever your stance is. All right. We got this first deck is shuffled up. We're going to shuffle up the second deck. You know what I mean? You know, we got to get in tune with the spirits. See what these motherfuckers got to say. Pretty windy out here. That's why I chose to be outside. I'm pretty sure y'all don't want to just see me in the house sitting the dark ass lights and shit. So I'm like, let me come outside. The reason I don't really do videos outside no more is because I like to have both of my hands free. I don't like holding this shit. I don't like doing all this shit. But I only got one hand. I need both of these motherfuckers, you know, on that magician shit. I need both of my hands. So that's why I don't really, you know, I don't do videos that's really walking around no more because I like doing this. I like the freedom of the movement. So we're going to get it in. Let me shuffle up this last deck. We're going to keep it moving. You like the style? What up, Nick? The New York, yeah, you know what I mean? You know, I got, New York definitely influenced me when I went out there. New York is definitely my favorite minded people in terms of how they think and their mentality and the ruthlessness of it. I definitely love New York, and in terms of LA, I love how laid back people. It's like the complete opposite. You go to LA, the energy is more heart chakra. You know, people more laid back, more open. You know, weed is all in the air. You know what I mean? It's like a whole nother. It's a tropical environment. If you can get over, you know, all the gang shit and all that, you can put that. You know where to go, where not to go, where to be, where not to be. You'll have a wonderful time. Then when you take it to the East Coast. You know, it's cold in the East Coast. Salute. What up, Nick? You know what I mean? It's cold on the East Coast, so everybody's going to be in their, you know, their jackets. You know, everybody's going to be flavorful. New York is definitely flavorful. Everybody, you know, everybody's a fashion king and queen. You know what I mean? I saw all type of styles and shit in LA. I still got infinite pictures. I got infinite pictures from New York. I ain't even posted up yet. I'm probably going to post them up on my Instagram. I'm not really heavy active on the ground. You know, because I've been doing a lot of studying. I had to fall back, do some studying, and make sure that the information is correct when I bring it to you motherfuckers. So I've been chilling on the ground. But if you do have Instagram, you know, just follow me, Lord Asar, LORDASAR, same Gmail, LordAsar@gmail.com. If you want any of your questions answered, or you just wanna holler, you know what I mean? It is what it is. You just wanna shout a nigga out. So let's get to business, shall we? Enough talking. You know what I mean? Make sure everything is good. I'm dropping cards. Make sure everything is good. All right. Again, hopefully everybody is good. You know, the world is getting more crazy every day, but that just lets you know that shit is changing. You know what I mean? So, all right, we got the cards shuffled up. We're going to see what the tarot got to say. We're going to see what the deal is. Can you meditate with your eyes open? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, especially, you know, for people who are very sexual, that's a perfect meditation. You want to meditate? Just look at your partner's, I'm trying to be politically correct here, but I can't think of the right word. Just look. If you have a partner, you're in a relationship, stare into their genitalia. I think that's the word. Stare into their genitalia. You know, men like ass and titties and all that. You know, women like, you know, toned up muscle, whatever. You know what I mean? Stare into your partner's fucking portal. Stare into your partner's portal. And you know what I mean? Do all that. It's the energy. Just think about it from energy. Women got the magnetism. Men got the electric energy. So when women stare at the phallus, they get charged up. When men stare at the yoni, you know, they feel that pull. You know, it gets them, it starts to move the energy around. So if you want to meditate with your eyes open, just make sure you got a good sight to look at. That's all I'm saying. Now, yeah, you can look at the wall. You know, put a little black dot on the wall, stare into the wall if you want to be a little bit more simple. Because somebody asked me about singles and separate in mirrors. If you want to look into your own eyes in the mirror so that you can feel your energy shooting out your eyes, do that. You know what I mean? What up? Flying around, you know what I mean? You shitting flavor on niggas? That's what's up, man. Appreciate everybody who's flavorful out here, everybody who's a part of the culture, everybody who go outside every day and show and prove. You know what I mean? Show out. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who's not scared to be exactly who and what they are. Shout out to everybody, you know what I mean? From the west to the east, and north to the south. Do I believe in twin flames? Absolutely, but not necessarily in the way that people may think. I feel like a twin flame can be ignited within anybody. I don't feel that it's a certain particular person that you need to find or they need to find you. I don't look at it in that way. I feel like the twin flame relationship can be built between two people. I feel like that's a level in the evolution of a person's relationship. I don't feel like, because again, if we act like it has to be a certain person, then if you don't find this person, like, you don't have a twin flame. But when you start to mix with a person, just look at married people. Don't married people look alike? I don't know if people ever notice it, but married people look alike because they have been mixing. Their fluids. It's all in the water. You know what I mean? When you start mixing fluids and waters and, sexual fluids and juices with people, you start to take on their energy. So in the course of doing this for years and years and years, and just building up and building up and building up, they say if you last more than 2 years, you can potentially go further. Most of the relationships is kind of in that 2-year period. If they're not supposed to work, they don't really go past 2 years. Of course, it can go a little longer. But it's like that 2-year period, then it's like that 7-year period. But if you can get over that 7-year shit, you'll be good to go. So let's get to the tarot. Let's see what the tarot got to say about what's going on in the ethers. Let me make sure that the battery is good. I had to do a lot of testing before I even came on. Obviously, I had to get this angle right. You see, it's a weird angle, but the lighting is good, because I got the lighting coming in. So I had to figure out the angles and the lighting and all that. So I'm not at 100%. I'm probably like at 50%. So I'm going to at least try to stay on here at least an hour, get the information out, and we keep it moving. So let's see what the first deck says. So the first card, the Wheel of Fortune. Resonate with the energy of Jupiter. Let me give y'all a closer look. So you see there's 3 stages. You see it's the man climbing up, it's the lion at the top, and it's the man falling down. It represents the 3 stages of evolution. Your uprising, your peak, and your downfall. Or, in Hermeticism, the law of rhythm. A beginning, a peak, and an end. That's for every civilization. That's for every human being. That's for every life form. Everybody has a beginning, a peak, and an end. So when we look at the cycles, when we are aware of the cycles, the same thing with the seasons. You got the 4 seasons, and they just rotate. When you become when you become conscious of the wheel, because also you see the dude in the middle, right? You see the dude in the middle. So you see the rising, the falling, and the peak, but you see the guy in the middle who is in control of everything. But you also see, for those who didn't see it, you see the child in the middle. You see the child in the middle? It's a child in the middle. And you see he has like his hand in his mouth, like a kid, an innocence. It represents innocence. So you see, what's controlling this whole thing is the innocence of a small child. They're like a child, like just playing with a wheel. They're just ringing that shit. They don't give a fuck. They just letting that shit spin. That represents the innocent child within all of us. Sometimes you just need to let that motherfucking wheel spin and see where it lands you. And go from there, you know what I mean? Like taking alternate routes to work, going places you've never been, having different experiences, having a certain state of mind when you enter into the world. The moment you walk out your door, it's the energy that you invoke that follows you throughout your whole day. So based on what you were dreaming, based on how you got up, based on what type of mood you was in, the type of mood you was in when you woke up heavily depends on what type of dreams you had. That's why you become aware of your dreams. If you are aware of your dreams, you will know why you wake up in a certain type of mood. Sometimes you feel good, sometimes you don't feel so good. Whatever the case may be, you know that your dreams had an effect on your emotional state. So if we understand that dreams have an effect on our emotional state, that gives us more of a reason to be aware of our dreams and know that dreams are connected with our emotions, where we may have felt particular type of emotions during out the day and they play out in the night through certain visions. And when we open up certain portals, when you connect to certain type of emotions, it opens up certain type of portals, such as anger. When you become angry, it opens up a portal, because on the negative side of anger, you can do some things that you may regret. But on the positive side of anger, you become fearless. Every energy has two sides. So you can either use anger and channel anger to destroy shit, or you can channel and use anger to become fearless and go into the unknown without any preconceived notions of what may happen, what could happen, coulda, shoulda, woulda. It strengthens your faith. Anger can strengthen your faith. Whatever you're afraid to do, you get angry enough, you can do anything in the world. Anger, because it's the fire element. It's like, tapping in the fire. So whenever you need to channel in that warrior spirit or that flame energy, then you can use anger as a tool to connect with that particular type of emotion. Let's go to the next card. Let's see what the crows got to say. The Knight of Coins, which is basically the Prince of Coins, or the Prince of Disc for particular tarot decks. You know what I mean? Somebody said they always angry. It depends. What are you doing with the anger? What are you doing with the anger? You feel me? If you angry, you angry. We in a fucked up world, you know what I mean? So you better be fucking angry if you have some type of awareness of who and what you are, and you know the forces that are up against us. You know you going against the grain when you going up against the world. You know what I mean? That's what the Saturn energy is. We have to bear that cross. The symbol of Saturn is a cross. When you look at the symbol of Saturn, you see a cross, but then you see an H. It's like an H and it's a cross. So it's a cross, then you got the curve. So every day we go out into this world, we have to bear the cross. We have to bear the burden of having a body. We have to bear the burden of having to pay bills. We have to bear the burden of, just being alive. But on the flip side of it, it teaches you how to navigate with your spirit. What do I mean by that? The more and more you notice the limitations of the physical realm, the more and more you start to realize that this is just strictly the physical realm. All of the limitations within the physical realm do not exist in the spiritual realm. This is why you start going into your dreams and paying more attention to your dreams and be more active in your dreams, because people tend to become more aware and active in the physical plane because they become aware of what's really going on, the real world. So they apply that energy into the physical world, but we are still limited when it comes to the physical world. You can apply that same energy into the spirit realm. Then you can see yourself in a limitless state. You know what I mean? Somebody said they had a dream about their ex last night. You know what I mean? I had a dream I was getting some pussy, which is unusual in this particular time period. Normally I don't have dreams like that. But I know it was an astral projection, and this is what I'm saying. The difference between an astral projection and an actual lucid dream is a lucid dream can take place anywhere. An astral projection would be, your body is where it actually is in the physical plane. So what I mean by that, the dream that I had last night, or probably this morning / last night, whichever one it was, I was actually laying. Because what I do is sometimes I sleep on the floor to connect with the earth element. When you sleep on the floor, you connect with the earth element. So, it pulls all that negative energy out of you. So sometimes I prefer to just lay on the floor, lay close to the door. So when it's pretty cold out here now. So I just lay close to the door, lay on the floor, let the cold air cleanse out all the negative energy, and let the earth suck all the energy out of me. So during the midst of all of that, I become aware, and it's like some shit had to already prior happen. Some shit had happened prior to me becoming aware that I was actually in an astral projection. Because it's as if as soon as I became aware, it was like we was right about to fuck. Have sex, become intimate, become or make love if we want to be technical. You know what I mean? Hold on. Peace and love. Shout out to Colorado. You know what I mean? Colorado is very, very beautiful. I was there. Definitely, I was in Denver. I was in a couple cities. You know, I was just passing through, stopped by a couple cities. But Denver is definitely, or Colorado as a whole, definitely, you know, it got that sun. You know, it's a lot of forests. It's a lot of woods. But it got that penetrating sun. It got that West Coast sun. So, like, it's a nice little unique balance that I don't really see in other places. You know, once you get to Utah and Nevada, you know, it's like a desert land, Arizona. The sun is still very penetrating, but it's like a desert land, and then you don't get to the tropical lands until you get to California. But when you in Colorado, it's like, you know, it's vast lands with this beautiful sun. And I think it even has snow. Like, you go to the upper northern Colorado, it may even have snow. So definitely a beautiful place to be. So shout out to Colorado. I definitely enjoyed my time when I was there briefly. Let's get to the next card. Oh, we didn't even explain this card. Boom. So what is the Knight of Coins, or the Prince of Coins, or the Prince of Disc? What are the attributes here? You see essence, and what is that? Anchor? Anchor, essence. What is that? Look closer at the card. Essence, anchor is basically talking about spirit. The spirit is the anchor into the spirit realm, meaning you communicate with spirits that are in the spirit realm. The spirit realm exists outside of time. If you want to really have an understanding of what the spiritual realm is, the spiritual realm exists outside of time. That's why spirits have particular information that we don't have, because they exist outside of time, because obviously time is a man-made creation. So when you exist outside of time, you can see the past, present, and future. And when you work with a lot of entities, you see that a lot of them have the ability to tell the past, present, and future, because they can see it in a holistic sense. They don't have the same view as we have. So the anchor to the spirit realm is the spirits. They are communicating the messages from the spirit realm to you when you are tapped in, which is the essence of all life. So when you tap into the spirit of this particular bird, which looks like an owl to me, it looks like an owl, but you see with the animal totems and the animal spirits, with the crow's deck, you may see several different owls, and you may see several different types of animals, but they are in different stances. What do I mean by that? Let me show you an example of what I talk about. Let me see. I want to meditate and all that, but I don't want to deal with spirits. Do you have to deal with spirits? Absolutely not. Just deal with you. If you're not into spirits, then just meditate and go into the essence of who and what you are, which is essentially spirit, because you are spirit too. So when you don't want to deal with spirit, you are spirit. We are spirit. We occupy these physical bodies, but we are spirit too. Consciousness is in the breath. If you don't breathe, what happens when you don't breathe? You lose consciousness. So consciousness is not in this physical shell. Consciousness is in the actual breath, or in the chi, or in the prana. You know what I mean? Somebody said gotta work on that fear thing. Just get angry. Show me how fearful you are when you're angry. Anger burns up fear. And again, if you want to get past that, just work on your solar plexus. You know, rotate the energy around your solar plexus. Store energy, gather energy from the air and the ethers and the chi, store it in your solar plexus, and dispense the energy throughout your body. You know what I mean? Get that energy flowing. You know, get that fear out your chest. And you may need somebody to punch you in the chest. You know what I mean? If you need somebody to punch you in the chest, so you can get over that fear, then tell somebody to punch you in your chest till you don't fear shit no more. See how many punches you can take. You know, we just keeping it real. You know what I mean? Just opening the third eye automatically invites spirits. Again, we are spirit. And the third eye, or the pineal gland, which secretes DMT, which basically is responsible for us having hallucinations, which the brain doesn't know is real or fake. So the brain, like I'm awake now, but if I was asleep and I was having, let's just say I was live on YouTube in a dream, my brain would not know the difference. The brain would just process it as if I'm live on YouTube in my dream. It's not going to say, well, you're awake and you're in a dream, you're going to behave in a certain way. You know what I mean? It's hearing voices, the third eye. See, when it comes to the third eye, don't look at the third eye where most people look at the third eye as, where this is how you see into the spirit realm or clairvoyance and all that. Although these things are true, it means nothing if you don't understand it. For example, many drug addicts, many spiritual people are very spiritual. They just have no understanding of what's going on. That's all it is. So when you see people in the mental asylums, people that's psycho, lunatic, they're not really crazy. They just have no understanding of what's going on. So when they do see spirits, when they do see scary faces, when they do open up portals within themselves, it generates fear because they don't understand what's going on. They actually think they're getting attacked by an actual demon, when you can really just be opening up a portal within yourself, and that's just a guardian at the portal to see if you really qualified to open up this portal within yourself. Sometimes that's what happens when you have scary dreams and scary situations. Sometimes that's just a portal that's ready to be opened within you, but you have to pass the guardian. And again, these protectors or these guardians are set in place for people that are not ready to see what they are, what they're not ready to see. If you're not ready to see it, it's going to scare you. You're going to wake up and you're going to, I don't want to have that experience no more, and you won't. So when it comes to drugs opens up all this shit anyway. So most people that do drugs, they're opening up all these channels, but they don't understand what's going on because they don't have the knowledge. Because again, where the fuck are you supposed to learn this shit? Right? Where the fuck are you supposed to learn this shit? Where the fuck are you supposed to learn about the spirit realm? Alright? What up, Ebony? I see you in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Shout out to you. I'll be seeing you on Instagram. You know what I mean? See, I'll be checking you motherfuckers out. I just may not say nothing. I may not like your fucking picture. I may not like your status on Facebook, but I'll be in tune. I like to be in tune because I understand that people are in tune with spirit even if they don't understand or even if they don't know it. So this is what I do when let's just say I log into Facebook, let's just say I log into Instagram, let's just say I log into one of these dating sites. I'm on all that shit. Anything that has something to do with social anything, I'm on all that shit. Just to see what's going on in the ethers, because that's a way I can make correspondences. I may log into Facebook, look at everybody's timeline, or I guess look at my timeline, look what everybody else is posting. And it may be a particular person that may post something that may spark something within me, although they may not. They're just posting whatever the fuck they're feeling at the time. Don't have nothing to do with me, but certain posts and situations and pictures may spark something within me, and that may motivate me to be creative. And all of a sudden, now I'm on fucking YouTube Live talking this shit. You know what I mean? Because I done seen somebody, they may have said something on Facebook, it may be an image, it may be something just somewhere in the internet world. Motivates me to be creative as well. So what keeps me pumped up, what keeps me in this shit, what keeps me in the game too, is the people as well. You know, I like to see what people talking about. I like to see what's on everybody's mind, watching fucking videos. I'm constantly educating myself. I'm just in tune. I just play low key. You know what I mean? Cause I like to see people in their natural element. I don't be asking people questions. Why do you think that? Why do you believe that? I'm not questioning nobody about their beliefs or whatever. I'm here to spread my truth. And if you resonate with it, you know what I mean? But you got to be a tough cookie. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna speak that soft shit into existence because we're not in a soft reality. Spirit isn't soft. Mother Nature likes to kill. Let's be honest here. Mother Nature been killing up motherfuckers since day one. Let's not be soft about where we really at. You know what I mean? You think you the spiritual God till nature comes and kill your ass, sending a hurricane to your motherfucking city. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You gotta have heart in this shit. You gotta be a tough cookie. You gotta be in tune with your warrior spirit, which is your solar plexus, to get through this shit. to make sure motherfuckers don't take advantage of you, to make sure that you take advantage of your opportunities, and to make sure that you stay protected. Somebody asked me for the Instagram. It's Lord Asar. Just type in Lord Asar. You will see me. AOORDASAR. This is the same as my email. The Lord Asar Instagram. I don't have a lot of pictures. Again, I'm not super active. I'm more so to be peeping game what everybody else be doing. I got a couple pictures up there. But you know, most of the time I'm in the lab studying. You know what I mean? I'm not out and about on the scene because I got to bring this information. We have to create this reality. So what is the goal here? You know? What's the goal here? What are we doing with this information? We are speaking into existence the new reality. All these videos matter, not just videos from me. You know, people are becoming conscious because people are putting out the information so that people can see it. If people aren't talking about the new reality, how do you know a new reality existed? How do you know it does exist? How do you know what that means? AOORDASAR, Lord Asar. Right? So if we ain't speaking our truth, we can't bring in the new world. If the new world can't be brought in through us, this is spirit. Spirit is speaking through me and as well as many others to manifest the spirit realm. You feel me? The fifth dimension, as some people say, right? How would the fifth dimension be manifested? Through people like you and me, through the spirit. When you speak from the heart, not when you speak from the mind, when you speak from the heart. When you are in the moment and you allow it to come pure. Keep your shit pure. Keep the knowledge pure. Is codeine okay? I knew somebody was going to ask about that shit. I knew somebody was going to ask about that codeine, ask about that lean. You know what I mean? If you can deal with the addiction, do it. Now, what does it do? Let me see. Somebody said they've been biting my information. How can you bite my information if I'm putting it out here for free? It's no charge. This is a public YouTube video. You're supposed to take the information and run with it. That's what you're supposed to do. If I wanted to claim it for myself, I wouldn't be on YouTube. So nobody got to feel like they taking anything from me. If I'm putting it out here for you to benefit from, I don't have ownership over this shit, man. It's not my information. It's not just my world. I'm just passing it along. You know what I mean? And whoever can benefit from it can benefit from it. It is what it is. If you are tapped in and you can understand what the deal is. Now, back to the codeine question. If you deal with it, you're going to develop an addiction. A very expensive addiction, mind you. You're going to develop a very expensive addiction. And if you can maintain that addiction, if you really feel like it's really worth it, then go right ahead. If you're willing to pay $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, you know, just look at the rappers. Look at how much the rappers are spending on the codeine. That shit is not cheap. So if you can afford that type of lifestyle and you feel that that's something that you may need to open up, if you got money to throw like that, it is what it is. See, I'm not going to tell you don't do it, because obviously it has some type of effect, just like weed. I'm not going to say don't smoke, but just watch my weedology video that I did, I guess 2 months ago. Just do it consciously if you're going to do anything. But do you need it? No. Do you need it? No. Does it work as an aid? Most likely. Have I ever done it personally? Not really. I just stick with the weed, sometimes liquor. I don't really go no further than that. Now, of course, I've done LSD, I've done DMT, I've done shrooms, but that's not on a daily basis. You don't really get access to that shit. That's an every now and then thing, but it's supposed to be. Your daily driver should be the herb with raw papers. Don't really fuck with the blunts too heavy. You want to be organic. Let me see if I got it in my pocket right now. Hold on. There we go. See that? Not just the regular raw papers. The organic hemp. Because it's little to no chemicals in this shit. So when you smoking your shit with little to no chemicals, you see the difference in the high. When you smoking the blunts, it's mad chemicals. When you smoking regular papers, it's mad chemicals. When you be fucking with the pipe, mad chemicals. So if you want to reduce your chemicals and you don't really have to smoke as much, fuck with the raw papers, fuck with the joints. And if you do want to smoke blunts, do it every now and then. You know, do all that other shit every now and then. I feel like the only thing you can kind of do every day is just raw papers with some herbs. That's something you could probably do every day and it don't affect you too much. But everybody's different though. Everybody's not drawn to smoking. Everybody's not drawn to liquor. Everybody's not drawn to lean. So you must follow your heart. Drugs may not be a topic of discussion for certain people, so they do other things. Some people, instead of doing drugs, they work out. Their addiction is working out. Their addiction is getting money. Their addiction is, getting knowledge or whatever the case is. So it really depends on where your heart is. You must follow your heart at all times. And what does that mean? That just be in tune with the spirit within you. Because the spirit within you speaks through the heart. You know what I mean? So, oh yeah, somebody did the Skittles in the Arizona tea. Yeah, you know what I mean? See, motherfuckers thought I was playing. But if I recommend something, that shit is gonna have you twisted. But in a good way. It'll have you in Funland. If you wanna go to Funland, get a pack of Skittles, get an Arizona iced tea. Again, I already talked about it. I don't even remember what video it is. But if you know a video I talked about, just mix that shit and have a good fucking day. You know what I mean? So for all the people who may not have drugs, you may be low on your weed, you may not have no liquor, you may not have no lean, but you're trying to get shit going. Arizona tea, Skittles. What, $2-3 depending on where you are. It'll get you right. Hold you over till you can get to where you're trying to get to. You know what I mean? Or if you're trying to cut out an addiction, if you're trying to stop doing something, then that's a temporary aid to get to where you're trying to get to. So we're gonna look at this at all different angles. You know what I mean? So if it's coming from me, it's gonna have you trippy. But that's the whole point. If you want to destroy this reality, it has to be replaced with that real shit. And what's realer than the spirit? What's realer than the soul? What's realer than you speaking from your heart? What's realer than the truth? We all carry our own truth. You know what I mean? So, let's get to this last tarot card. Let's see what this last shit is saying. Boom, abundance. The Three of Cups, abundance. That's that Dionysus flow. If you don't know about Dionysus, it's basically the pimp archetype. So everybody who fuck with the pimping, who understand the pimping, study Dionysus. You know what I mean? That's the energy. But that's neither here nor there. Abundance. Hold on. Somebody said, why do motherfuckers think it ain't manly to be emotional? I mean, whoever's saying that shit, I get it. I can see both sides because on one angle, to be a man, the traditional aspect is to be unemotional, but not unemotional as in detached. Just unemotional in terms of being in your warrior spirit. If you are the protector, the provider, the leader of your family, then you can't be emotional. You the leader. Motherfuckers looking at you. You crying, then they gonna cry. You suffer, they gonna suffer. So you looking at it from a point of view, if they look at me and they see that I'm becoming weak, it's gonna make them weak. So you understand that the only source of strength that certain people have is the men in their family. They are the only source of strength. So if you are not showing strength, then Now, at the same time, you can't be overly emotional because that doesn't lead to no good either. So it's about finding the balance. Find that in-between space. Don't be overly emotional, but you don't necessarily got to be completely detached to the point where you can't feel your own emotion. But so it's about that inner It's like an invisible line that is unique to everybody. Some people like the 60-40, some people like 50-50, some people like 70-30. You got to find your own mathematical formula that works for you. How do you do all this stuff? Just follow the spirit within you. The spirit within you speaks loud when you are in silence. The spirit speaks so fucking loud when you in the silence, but you can't hear it when it's fucking shit all over the place to distract you. You can't hear it. So if anybody searching for any answer, any solution, go into the silence. Get away from people. Go into the woods. Enter into the silence and allow the spirit to speak through you. It's like you have to let it speak though. Because you got the mind, your mind is thinking and working. So you got all this stuff that you worried about, that you stressed about. You got all this mental shit. But if you can silence that, you will start to hear the spirit. So if you really want to hear the spirit, you got to quiet the mind. You got to let that shit go. All the stress, all the bullshit. You know what I mean? How do you attract money fast? You do exactly what I'm saying. The only reason people don't have what they need is because it's distractions. You thinking about it too much. Let's just say you're trying to get your money up. For one, work with Mercury. Work with the energy or the spirit of Mercury. Or if you want to go to numerology, it's the number 5. Right? Also, Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. Gemini and Virgo are 2 different aspects of Mercury. I got the tarot deck. Let me show you the cards. Since you asked, let me show you Virgo and let me show you Gemini. So for all the money people, for all the people who want to understand money, let me show you. Alright? You know what I mean? Taking time out my day, let me show you. Let me show you how to get this money right. You know what I mean? And again, getting your money right don't mean having $1 million. Getting your money right meaning you organize your thought. See, look at it that way. Look at money as, or just anything in life. It's when you organize your thoughts, you can execute plans swiftly. It's only when this shit is all over the place you can't execute your plans successfully. So whenever we're talking about money, it's really just organizing your thoughts in a way where you can do what you need to do. Instead of all this shit getting in the way of what you're trying to do. If you allow nothing to get into the way of what you're trying to do, it shouldn't really be a problem. It's only when all this extra shit. Well, you got the monkey mind. The monkey mind is untamed. Tame your monkey mind. Where can you find the sigil for alignment? What type of alignment are you trying to align? And again, you can use the sigils of the planets. So for example, let me actually, you see, when you talk from the spirit, let me show you the cards while I'm talking as well, so we can get to what I'm saying. But in terms of, money is water. Look at it. Just look at it like that. Money is water. If you really want to understand money, see, it's a difference. Money or water has 3 different forms. Water can be a solid, a liquid, or a gas. So water changes form, just like money. Money can be in the form of liquid. Money can be in the form of credit. Money can be in the form of digital currency at this point. So there's different ways. So when you say money, you're really talking about currency. So don't say money. Money is just money. What is money? But when you say currency, see, this is the difference. Money resonates with the energy of the number 3, which is Jupiter. Currency resonates with the energy of 8, or Saturn, which is about big money. So when you replace money with currency, now you're talking about big money. So if you want to increase your thinking, that's what Saturn does. We was talking about Saturn earlier. So if you want to connect with a number 8, I'll show you what I'm doing right now. Since we own this shit, since we about this money shit, let me show you what I got going on, actually. See, I'm dropping money already. You see this? That's the number 8, right? I have the number 8, because I was just talking about the number 8, currency. I have this in my wallet, right? I put it in one of these little things. I got it in there. Ever since I've had this number 8 in my wallet, I've kept money in my wallet. You just look in there. You know, I got a couple bills in there. But ever since I had the number 8, it's been money in my wallet. My wallet has never been empty since I've had that number 8 in there. So all for you money motherfuckers, you want to hold on to your money. See, the thing is, a way to get money, then there's a way to hold on to the money and to build the money. That's the difference between the number 3 and the number 8. So when you're just talking about money, it's Mercury. Getting money, accumulating money. You know, Mercury is all about that motion, that energy. You know, gathering your resources. You know, your thinking. You know, your logical mind. That's the number 5. That's Mercury. Once you evolve to Saturn, now it's about building money and doing big moves. It's about taking it to the next level. So when just by you using that difference, like, oh, how do I get money? How do I get money? Use currency. Because it's a different vibration. Again, we talk about vibrations all the time. So we understand that subtle difference will make a huge difference. Then you understand what I'm talking about. So don't use money. Say, oh, I'm trying to attract currency. I'm trying to gather currency. I'm trying to build currency. So when you see just me saying that, it's a different vibration instead of me saying I'm trying to get money, 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 money. Everybody says that. It's like oversaturated. But how many people use currency? I'm trying to accumulate this currency. It's even a different definition. All right, let me read the definitions for all you motherfuckers. Let me show you how real this is. I'm going to actually read the definitions here. So give me 1 second. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to use Google. So everybody who got Google can follow along. I'm going to just read it straight from Google. So let me close out of this. And let me go. You know, we're doing all this all in a moment. So let me type in money. So I'm typing in money definition. All right. So what does it say? When I type in the definition of money, now, what does it say? A current medium of exchange in the form of coins and banknotes. Basically, right? A current medium of exchange in the form of coins and banknotes. Right? Now, somebody asked me, what was I about to explain in the tarot cards? I'm going to get to that in just a second. After I read these definitions, I'm going to show you attributes of Mercury. So I'm going to show you different forms. See, this is the reason why I like to tie everything into astrology, is because all energies are in astrology. All energies are in numerology. So the same way I can say, all right, if you want to get your money up, work with Mercury. I can actually show you a visual representation of what that means. That's why I like to bring out the tarot cards. That's why I like to get deep into the numbers and the definitions, so I can give you a different angle of how to look at things. So I just gave you a definition of money, and I'll read it one more time. A current medium of exchange in the form of coins and banknotes. That's the definition of money. Now let's see what currency says. Let's see what the definition of currency is. Currency. All right. Currency says a system of money in general use in a particular country. One more time. A system of money in general use in a particular country. You see the difference? The difference is currency is a system, whereas money is just a medium of exchange. Currency is a system. There's a huge difference. That's the difference between the number 5 and the number 8. Now, actually, I'm going to pull out Saturn as well, so we can see the difference between what they represent in the tarot card. So, money being a medium of exchange and currency being a system of money. So, there's a difference between a medium and a system. A medium is just, you know, somebody's in the middle. The system is an actual whole thing. It's a lot of motherfuckers. It's not just a one medium. That's the difference. So you're dealing with a system versus a medium. But nobody's going to tell you that shit, right? So that's why it's a different vibration when we talk about money versus currency. That's why it's called digital currency. Not digital money, but digital currency. You know, words are very important. So, let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Let me make sure my battery is good. All right, I got 33%, so I'm good. We'll be able, you know, I got 10, 15 more minutes, so we good. All right, it's about to be noon over here on the West Coast. So let me show you all these cards. Let me show you the different attributes of Mercury, and I'm going to show you the different attributes of Saturn, and you can see the vibrational difference. Then we're going to get to the questions finally, because, you know, I've been answering the questions in the comments, but this video was dedicated to answering questions, so that's what we're doing here. We're answering questions. So let me draw these cards. Let me show you this Mercury and this Saturn. You know, give me 1 second here. We're looking for that Gemini. I guess that's the Lovers. So the card for the Gemini is the Lovers. The card for Virgo is the Hermit. The card for Mercury is the Magician. The card for Saturn is the World. The sign of Capricorn is the Devil. Let me gather all these cards so y'all can see what I'm saying. Let me show you. Oh, I got a whole. Hold on. 1 second here, you know. All right, here we go. And just one more card. Here we go. All right. All right, here we go. Now, Mercury versus Saturn. What's the difference? The number 5 versus the number 8. See, number 5 represents quick money, how to get money. Number 8 shows you how to keep money and how to build money, how to build wealth. All right? So, hold on. Let me grab the Mercury card. I didn't grab the Mercury card. All right? 1 second. You know, hopefully everybody's tuning in, sticking with me. Hopefully this is making sense to everybody. This is why it's important to be specific about what you do. The more specific you are about what you do, the more accurate your results. Work with the number 5 as opposed to number 8. Different results. All right, here we go. Mercury. Let's start with Mercury. Mercury is this, the Magician, the Magus. What is Mercury? Mercury is a composite spirit. What is a composite spirit? It is the manifestation of a bunch of things combined into one big thing. So that's why when you see, he has all the elements. You see a cup, you see the scroll, you see the elements, you see the sword, you see the cup right there. You know what I mean? You see the scroll right up there. You see the coin right there. So you basically see all 4 elements, and the Magician represents the 5th element. So Mercury represents the coming together of, let's just, in this particular example, 5 different elements manifested as one whole element. So Mercury represents many things coming together to form one thing, such as elements, right? So when we talk about Saturn, which is the universe, you see it's expressing that same thought just in a greater sense. So this same energy on the physical plane has been expressed on a grander plane, on a universal plane, or a cosmic plane. So this is the cosmic dance. This is the earthly dance. This is the cosmic dance. You see the 4 corners of the world, the 4 corners of the universe. She's dancing with the snake. The snake is also at his crown. You see the snake? He has a crown. a snake on this crown. You see the snake is here too. So this is the physical plane. This is the spiritual plane, right? So now, it's getting kind of cold. Let me wipe my nose off. So those are the main energies, Saturn versus Mercury. Now let's look at the attributes. Let's look at the zodiac signs. So we look at the planets, the planet Saturn, the planet Mercury. Now we're going to look at Gemini, Virgo, and Capricorn, which represents Saturn, right? You're a Virgo? Okay, let's look at Virgo first. Virgo is the hermit. This is Virgo. Virgo is the hermit. Gemini is the lovers. Now somebody said, what about pieces? Pieces to what? Right? But let me explain what I'm saying. So this is Mercury. This is an aspect of Mercury. This is a different aspect of Mercury. But both of these resonate with the Mercury. So when you work with Mercury, you can work with Mercury from this angle or this angle. Now, what's the difference between these angles? This is an earth sign. Virgo is an earth sign. Gemini. Oh, Pisces. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. Pisces, that's a whole different energy. But we're going to stay focused on this money tip. Yeah, he meant Pisces. So, yeah, we get what he's saying. So, when you work with Mercury, you're trying to get your money up. Right? You can get your money up being the hermit, or you can get your money up being the lovers. What is the difference? You see, the hermit is by himself with his animal spirit. The lovers is a combination of spirits. Because remember, Mercury deals with the combination of things, combining things together. So the lovers represent that energy of combining things together. Then the hermit represents the inner energy. So you see, he has the inner flame. You can say he holds the truth in his hands and he's looking into the universe. You also see the serpent right here as well. You see, he's looking into this gateway that's surrounded by this snake. Where do we see this snake? We see the snake here, and we see this snake here. Right? Boom. What is this snake energy? Well, if we look at the symbol of money, what does the symbol of money look like? It's a snake with a line through it, right? You know? Can you manifest a certain amount of money? Hold on. Can you manifest a certain amount of money? Like $200? It all depends on your energy. See, for example, there are certain people who can't make over a certain amount. So let's just say you work a job, you're getting paid $100 an hour. You work 8 hours a day, 8 to 10, sometimes it's overtime. You're making about, what, $800 a day after taxes. Let's just say, $600, $550. It just depends on what you're working with. We'll just say $600. So let's just say you bring home about $600 a day. So over the course of a week, what is that? It was like $4,200 over the course of a week. And so on and so forth. Saying that to say, there's a cap there because you work for a certain amount of money every day. So it don't matter how good your work is or how bad your work is, you're going to get paid the same amount every day. However, when you start to open up more streams of revenue for yourself, so let's just say you keep that $100 an hour job. You don't want to let that go. Fine. You can still open up more gateways of money. See, if you want to increase your money inflow, it's about opening up those gateways of money. And again, money is Mercury or Saturn. So if the gateways you want to open is the gateways of Mercury or the gateways of Saturn, depending on, if you're just trying to get money quick, that's Mercury. If you're trying to, money over the long term and building wealth and building a system, you're trying to build a system of money instead of this money just coming to you, that's Saturn. So it just depends on where your mind is. So if a person isn't thinking about building a business, if they're not thinking about increasing their streams of revenue, they're just fine with that $100 an hour, then that's just where they're going to be. But if it's somebody who's taking that $100 an hour, but also is building a business, they're using the money that they're getting from there, they're living below their means, they're not trying to stunt and trying to be somebody they're not, they're collecting that money and reinvesting that money into their own business, doing their entrepreneur thing on their downtime when they have time to do it. So they go to their day job, and their night job is them being an entrepreneur, building wealth in that way as well. So once they build up their wealth, let's just say it take 4, 5, 6 years working that job, and they're investing into their business. So once their business starts to catch flight, we say catch flight. Once their business starts to catch flight, then they can let that job go and they be okay and still be able to maintain, their standards of living. That's the difference between the Mercury and the Saturn. The Saturn is about building something. Mercury is just about opening up the gateway so that you can get the money flowing in, but it's not going to necessarily tell you how to use the money. If you want to know how to use the money, how to double the money, how to triple the money, how to build wealth, that's the energy of Saturn. So if you're a person that needs money to come in quick, you need money real quick. You need it right now. That's Mercury. Open up the gateways of Mercury. Chant 555 in your mind. 555, 555, 555. Change your house vibration to a number 5. So now you chanting it in your mind. Now every time you come home, you got the energy of Mercury all throughout your home. You got the energy of Mercury on your mind. You can put a number 5 in your wallet instead of a number 8 if you want to work with that energy. So you got the number 5 in your wallet. You got the number 5 as your house number. You chant 555 in your mind, and you just pay attention to what's going on around you. So when you do go to your job, you will see a difference. Because you're working with different energies now. Now that you're putting in that spiritual energy, the energies are different. As opposed to if you wake up every morning and you don't have nothing on your mind, you're just thinking about how much you don't want to go to work. You know what I mean? Yes, you channel specific energies through the numbers. See, anybody who's just saying the universe, that's all the energies. It's not enough to say the universe. What energies of the universe? You have to be specific. So when you are specific about the type of energies that you are working with, then you get more accurate results. Because if you just say the universe did this, the universe did that, the universe can do this, the universe, what does that mean? That's just like that's everything. So everything is doing everything. Foreign exchange trading. What specific energy for foreign exchange? 5. Because remember, we looked at the definition of money. The definition of money is a medium of exchange. So if you're dealing with foreign exchange, a medium exchange, that's number 5. See, the thing is, when you look up the definition of these words, you will know what to use and what not to use. So again, just like you said, the foreign exchange. So when I looked up the definition of money, and it's a medium of exchange, and okay, foreign exchange, a medium of exchange, that's essentially the same thing. So when you can resonate like, okay, foreign exchange is a number 5. Building wealth and building big businesses and corporations is more like a number 8. So you will know, all right, if you're trying to do a small business, a home-based business, anything like that, the number 5. If you're trying to do on a corporate level, you're trying to do a big business, you're trying to make big money on your Donald Trump shit, that's the number 8. So you will know, all right, I'm not trying to do all that, I'm just trying to get started, number 5. All right, I'm already started, I'm already established, I'm trying to take my shit to the next level, number 8. Right? So again, these are the elements of Gemini. So if you want to work with a number 5, now you know, okay, it's not just Mercury. What element of Mercury or what form of Mercury am I trying to work with? So we know, again, Mercury is this, which is a composite of elements, 5 elements becoming 1, and all 5 of those elements resonate within what? The human being or the spirit being. All 5 of the elements rotate around the spirit being. So just like atoms and electrons and subatomic particles, you can say that's the elements. So we have all these subatomic particles rotating around us, or our aura. Your aura is being influenced by your thoughts, your words, and everything else. You know what I mean? So, okay, I'm at 15%. So my phone, the energy is the phone is about to go off. So let me finish up what I'm saying, and we're gonna get up out of here. Right? So again, let's go through this. So Mercury, the number 5, you can work with it from the composite aspect, merging energies together, the black and the white, merging these energies together, or you can do it solo and build that energy from within and release it outward. That inner sun or the knowledge or the truth that you have in your hands and you staring into the universe. So you building up that knowledge from within and you building, you're more solo dolo, or if you're more about getting out there and networking with people, the lovers. If you're more about going within and manifesting it from inside of yourself, the hermit. Now let's just say Saturn. Again, I want to say this as fast as I can before the phone dies, even though I didn't even answer the fucking questions. But we're just going to have to come back a little bit later to do that. So I'm not going to leave y'all hanging. I just have to charge the phone up a little bit. We'll come back a little bit later. So lastly, Saturn. And before we get up out of here, like we said, is a universe. And the aspect of Saturn that you can work with is the devil, which is the Capricorn, the zodiac sign of Capricorn. Right? Now, what does this have to do with building wealth? Because everybody's afraid of the devil. Everybody's really afraid of money or currency. They're not afraid of money, they're afraid of currency. That's a little bit too much for the average person to handle. We'll say it like that. The average person, it's a little bit too much to handle that Saturn energy. It's the heaviest energy. It's an earth energy, and it's a very, very heavy energy. When you study Saturn, you know what I'm talking about. So, when you journey into the unknown, your devils will be manifested. And again, what do they mean by the devil? It's just all the things that you fear, all the things you don't understand, all the things that you wish you would understand, all the things that are, lingering within you that need to be released so that you can become the best version of yourself. You're going to have to bring out some demons or that devil. That's why they say, like, most people in power are evil people or dark people, work with dark energy. That is very correct. The earth element is a very, very dark energy. That's why most people have the hardest time with the earth element, with their roots and grounding and all that. Most of people's problems deal with the Saturn element or the Saturn energy, specifically with their devils. That isn't going anywhere, that needs to be transmuted. These are not energies that you push away from you. These are energies that need to be transmuted. These are energies, remember, energy cannot be created or destroyed, only change form. So all these so-called devils within people isn't something that they need to keep away from them. It's energy that needs to be transmuted and properly utilized. That's the difference. So everybody who has fear, they're trying to get away. They're trying to I don't want to be around negative energy. I don't want to be around negative people. I don't want to be around this. I don't want to be around that. They're just pushing the energy away, knowing damn well you need to utilize this fucking energy. You need to utilize the ignorance of people. See, this is the thing. See, this is what people don't want to talk about. See, now we get into the dark arts. You need to utilize that dark energy. The ignorance of the people can be used in your benefit. Think about that. Marinate on that. The ignorance of the people that we hate so much as spiritual people, we hate these ignorant motherfuckers. But that energy can be utilized to benefit you as well. Instead of you saying I don't want to have nothing to do with it, that energy can be used and transmuted to some useful energy that you can use for yourself. But again, that's a little bit too dark for the average person to comprehend and to even want to understand. That dark energy is real. The energy of this earth, the energy of this universe is a very, very heavy, dark energy. And again, nature isn't soft. Nature don't give a fuck about that soft shit. So you got, again, Saturn matures you. That's another element of Saturn. Another element of Saturn, it matures you. Saturn will mature you so that you can understand that. Anybody who you feel was a president got bodies. Barack Obama, Donald Trump, all these people are responsible for, thousands and hundreds of thousands of people being killed. Even though, they're nice, charismatic people. I'm not going to say nice, but you get what I'm saying. Most people wouldn't look at Obama as a killer. But he is responsible for a lot of deaths. They probably look more so at Donald Trump as a killer. It's not surprising. But again, that dark energy needs to be there. That warrior spirit needs to be activated. That dark energy needs to be transmuted. If you look at it that way, you will understand why there is an abundance of dark energy on this planet. There is an abundance of fuckery on this planet. And it seems like positive energy is nowhere to be found. Why is that? It's not able to be found because it has to be transmuted. That's why. So it's an abundance of fuck shit everywhere. Ignorant motherfuckers doing ignorant ass shit every fucking where. But when you learn how to transmute that ignorant ass negative energy into something that can be useful, you will start to see that, yo, I need to be around these motherfuckers. That's why you start to understand motherfuckers like pimps, motherfuckers like drug dealers, motherfuckers like con artists, scammers, and all that shit. Why they in the hood? Why they around so much negative energy? How can you thrive around so much negative energy? Because they have learned the art of transmutating the energy, that it can be useful towards them. If you already know drug addicts all around the city, you didn't cause people to be addicted to drugs. You're just feeding the hunger that's already there. You didn't cause women to become, sex workers. It was prior to you even knowing that. If you are even in the vicinity to even meet a sex worker, obviously the damage has already been done. Whatever the fuck happened in their past has already led them to this past, whether positive or negative. It ain't always going to be negative. But when they come into contact with the dark energy, the playing field has already been set. It's already rules and regulations in effect. And again, I know that's going to go over most people's heads because they don't want to hear that shit. They want to hear love and light, peace and harmony. But if you're not transmuting that dark energy, you're not transmuting that Saturn energy, that snake energy. You see, she's dancing with the snake. She's not dancing with a fucking cat. She's not dancing with a motherfucking ladybird. She's dancing with a snake that'll fuck you up. She has tamed the most aggressive energy on the planet, the most sexual energy on the planet. That's why money has the snake with the line going through the snake, because of the energy it represents. So if you really want to understand money, study the spirit of the snake. If you want to understand healing as well as destruction, they say money is the root of all evil, but you also see the snake with the medical field. You get the snake with the line through the middle. So it's all the same energy, just a different form of the energy. So, need I say more? Need I say more? What more needs to be said, right? So, again, I wanted to answer the questions, but, we end up doing all this other shit. So, I'm going to charge up my phone. Hopefully, I can answer those questions before I need to do something else. So, I'm going to probably charge the phone about an hour. Hopefully, I can come back. If all goes well, hopefully, I can be back in about an hour, hour and a half. And I'll answer the questions. Other than that, I'm just going to wait till next time. Hopefully, y'all got information from this video. And I'll see y'all motherfuckers in a little bit. Hour, hour and a half. If not, give me about a week. I'll see you motherfuckers again. So if you resonate with this information, definitely hit the like button. Leave a comment. If you need a question answered, lordasar@gmail.com. If you want to fuck with me on Instagram, Facebook, all that, Lordasar, asharenu, whatever. So I'm going to get into y'all later, man. So, we out this motherfucker. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Peace, hotep. You know what I mean? Light up your weed. You know what I mean? Hold on. Let me see. Where is it at? Hold on, give me 1 second. Alright. I'm gonna finish up this light. So we're gonna go out here. And again, I'm just gonna let the phone cut off. Fuck it. We're just gonna let it cut off. So I gave you all the information for now. I'm just gonna smoke a little bit before we get up out of here. So, light this shit up. Just fill this shit up. So I want to know what I'm listening to is Pete Rock and CL Smooth, Mecca and the Soul Brother. I don't even know if y'all hear the beat in the background, but